Good afternoon. It's about 10 minutes after 3, Sunday the 29th, 75 degrees. Yeah, that means it's going to be warm enough for me to shave most of my face. Just got back from Walmart, and it's remarkable, actually, even though it's Sunday and there should be a lot of, it's a holiday period, I really couldn't believe there wasn't really a bunch of misbehaving, kids looking like they're trying to get on TikTok or something, or it was a pretty much completely unremarkable trip, other than the gentleman the pants that I picked out actually had an anti-theft device on them. Almost all the other, don't know why, but after bringing it up, he had to go take it over there, and he asked me, he said, "Are you really a 32 or a 34?" And I said, "I'm really a 34, but I got to settle for it." And we had a chat about that apparently the pants makers in this country, they've got some kind of, that once your waist gets over about 40 or 42, they think that your legs somehow get shorter and shit. You can't hardly find. He says he can't, find. I guess he's got a 40 or 42 inch waist. He's tall. He's 6'5", around 6'4", 6'5", and he can't get them long enough. My real inseam is 34, and you just can't get them. I was lucky I had to commit before they disappeared, because 42 32s, there really are no 42 34s. And we had quite a bit, he's well aware of it. Anyway, then we had he could see started talking about organic food and stuff like that. It was a good conversation. And he knows me, he knows I'm not a thief, and he knows I take my time too. And like the 2 more bags of 3-pound bags of rice I bought, I triple bagged them, because they're not going to be triple bag it. I don't have any need to get inside that bag for a long time. Pretty much after this trip, I've got the basic staples of, pure organic cane sugar. You can't call it complete, because there's a little bit of plant material in there with it. You can tell by the. And I told them, unless it's a single item, that's the rule, is if it's a multiple item product, it only has to be 95% organic, and that little 5% can be toxic as shit, be full of nasty crap. I think he understood, He may have already known that when I said, if you notice, I only pick out stuff that are single items, cane sugar, black beans, etc. But I didn't buy any canned stuff today. I've got plenty of canned stuff to last me till, even if I only use will only use no more than 2 cans a day. I got enough for about a week. Yeah, about a week or somewhere in that range for there. So, but I got a new box. That's one chore I need to do, is I need to bag them up right now into individual, like 1 week bags, like break 100 tea bags into 20, Ziploc bags of 25. Stuff I still got in. And and then I got to kind of resort things and stack up the rice in priority to how well it's bagged up and protected from moisture, and kind of got to do some resorting there. And then actually within about an hour, when it's supposed to get up to, I think this morning they were claiming it was going to hit 80, and that's when it gets warm enough to where I can shave without, I think I've got 7 blades left at the bottom of one of my black backpack. So that's another chore, but I got to do a resort, get things organized by kind of classification and shit, and kind of check on my inventory. But I got the tea, the organic sugar. I got another deal, and they were about to run out of it, and they were starting to have manufacturing defects on that packaging. That this is the 3-metal light salt. It's sodium and potassium, and magnesium. You need all three of those metals. And in case I run across a piece of beef that I want to salt down and turn into jerky, I can do that. All it takes is a little piece of twine and a good warm sunny afternoon to take a piece of beef, and they say to soak it in the salt water. That actually makes it take longer. I just would rub it with salt and then hang it on a twine and just let it dry. Bag it up at night so it doesn't get dew on it, and put it out maybe another day. If I run across a piece of good, inexpensive, because beef jerky is typically tough. That's why they add MSG to it, to tenderize it, to break it down. Anyway, and I got a couple more bottles of kefir. I'm about to start pounding down. I only took, but I'm already up to my full dose of pain relief for the day because it's a busy day. I've got a lot of chores to do. I need to get them done while the weather's good, and I'm in the mood to get them done. I need to get my food situation and fuel. I picked up a 2-pack of fuel too and stuff, so I think that gives me a total of 4.5 propane bottles right now. That's quite a while. It's not a full month, but I came close to buying another fillet knife, but I didn't like it had a built-in sharpener on the handle, but I didn't like the configuration too much, and I'm a penny pincher. I still got something that's, well, it's getting dull, and actually I slightly bent the tip when I was marking the bad battery. They still haven't restocked the batteries because that battery's going out. I wasted most of yesterday trying to charge up a battery that consistently, well, not consistently, but frequently, like every other time, it won't charge on my 5-watt solar panel. It'll charge at 12 watts plug-in, but then it doesn't seem to hold really a full charge. It's giving me, it's time for it. It's old. It's time for it to go in the trash. I need batteries that are dependable. And I may have mentioned I did get because the pants I've got on, actually when I first put them on, I realized that I'd gotten some kind of an oil stain, coconut oil. I'd been cooking, it splashed on my leg, and I wiped it off. It had black bean juice in it. It looked like a black splatter, and I immediately took a wet cloth to it, but the oil soaked in, penetrated, didn't come out in the wash. I'm not using a degreaser kind of. And these pants are old. They're about 8 months old now. The Velcro's about shot. Velcro's got its critical, and then it's that big stain on the leg. It's in the right light. It becomes real apparent that I just can't, not going to tolerate that, because I got to make pants last, through this winter. I think I'm already at it. I'm at about the 15-day, like the last time. Actually, I made that set of clothes last 19 days, I think, with real no stink. I still ain't got no stink. But these pants are going, because I don't like them. They're actually 44s. I'm down to 42. They're, unnecessarily too large and stuff. That's just time for me to move down to what my real waist standing up is 40, and sitting down I want them to be 42, so that I'm not uncomfortable in them. I don't want any overlap. But anyway, I'm glad I got it done. I got it done pretty efficiently and stuff. And even though I have one of the slower carts and stuff like that, people weren't in there for a Sunday afternoon and a beautiful day. People weren't crowding it. There weren't, a shit ton of kids fucking bouncing off the wall and stuff like that. It was, like I said, it was rather unremarkable as far as people were acting right today. People were observing the other people's. Yeah, that's rare. People were observing other people's right away, or giving, they were yielding, and instead of just running over everybody like they normally do. And yeah, geez, seemed like the vast majority of people in there were native-born Americans of all colors. You can kind of tell, from the language, the dialects. Only saw a few foreigners, and actually, if I think about it, yeah, they were the only kind of rude ones who taking up an aisle when they have no need to. So anyway, I just thought I'd check in. I don't want to. I'm glad I'm getting this done because it's always knowing that I've got plenty of rice and great tasting. By the way, I mentioned it, they were out of the actually more expensive, the unrefined virgin. And Walmart's trying to sell organic virgin coconut oil for more than this one supplier. I don't get that and stuff. They're both were anyway. So I didn't go for but they were out of the one that's not refined and still has the coconut flavor. But I got like 3 of those. I got a couple more that's been slightly refined and saved a $1.50, buck, you know, per pound. And I'm cutting back. I'm getting it down where I'm really using about an ounce or a little less than an ounce for a pot of rice and beans or rice and beef. And I don't mind that. That's got enough flavor, enough variety. I'm really shooting to hold my. This may be my last batch of kefir for a while. Uh, all I got to do is hold. I do. All my tobacco is $300 a month or less. And if I can hold food because they're not giving my food stamps yet, I got to look into that. I got to get an ID. I got all kind of shit to do. I got to go to the doctor. But without I need to hold my food costs, food and fuel to around 350. So that brings it up to 650. And got to leave it open for clothing and laundry. And actually, I got, as of right now, because I had to get $4, I got like $51 in $1 bills, and then $4 or $5 probably in change in the back of I don't know. But I already bought the soap, so I'm actually ready. Tomorrow will be my 3rd day. I don't like to do more than 3 days on full pain relief because in taking the pain relief, I inflict more damage on myself, which then I have a real shit day where I feel like crap and I just got to stay motionless the whole day. That's what I did this past week. So I had 3 real active days or 4 real active days, and then a couple of days of just sitting here doing nothing, pretty much. So I'm happy. I'm getting, when you got all your staples there, where you know that no matter what happens, you can always, I can come back under the tree and put on a pot of nice, tasty, coconut flavored rice. And I am going to try and experiment. Remember, I used to eat a lot of sweetened condensed milk, but I was having trouble with the osmotic properties, and it's not guaranteed cane sugar. It just says sugar, which is probably enzymatically, chemically produced, beet sugar shit. It's, starch converted into sugar. But I've been wanting the sweets, so I did buy the last trip. I bought a can of Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk, and I figure if I do it right and stuff, if I put that on at at the last minute so that the sugar doesn't pull the water out of the rice, I could have a good creamy, sweet, you know, maybe I'll get probably 2 or 3 out of that one can and stuff, and that's also adds a lot of calories to but I think I've come up with a sweet. I think I'll be able to tolerate that, because before I'd do like a whole can at one time, and that would be enough to cause an osmotic reaction in my gut. That's literally where it pulls water out of your out of your bloodstream and stuff, out of your body. It puts it into the gut. But things are going well. I think tomorrow is going to be laundry day. Uh, Actually, I ain't got too long before. Well, actually, when the sun gets behind Starbucks, that's when I'll be able to see the best to do the shaving. But I need to work on the hair because it's the main thing is I want to keep my hair short enough so I'm not itching and not my facial hair is not looking all funky all winter. Even though I hate shaving and hate fucking with my hair, I'd rather just kind of let it go wild. Except for I don't like it touching my ears. I don't like hair touch. I never have. Or hit me in the. I don't have to worry about it hitting me around the eyes or the forehead and stuff anymore. Not for a long time. Although I was the first male in the family. I was the youngest to go bald in my family, but I still didn't go bald as quick as my dad. My dad had that testosterone, and I'm pretty sure my mom did too. But may have told you before, my mom was a hairless woman. She didn't really have any armpit hair or arm hair or leg hair. Yeah, that's fairly rare in women. They usually have some kind of little fuzz or whatever. But no, she was just, my mom was, I don't know about the pubic region, obviously, but she could have been. I can tell that she had high testosterone. She had, well, that's just between me and, when you have 8 kids and stuff like that and really enjoy the whole experience, it means you have high testosterone. Women, matter of fact, that's for you women that are frigid. We've had a treatment for you for 30 years, sublingual testosterone. The floodgates open up, and where you didn't feel like doing it, all of a sudden you feel like doing it. That's because your testosterone levels, male and female, both make estrogen and testosterone. The Klinefelter's kid just makes estrogen, almost no testosterone. And that's one of the problems with most women is they make very little testosterone, and their whole thing goes against, their whole lifestyle, their diet, everything goes against them producing. Their use of ibuprofen goes against their producing enough testosterone to actually have any kind of a sex drive at all. I'll let you go. I'm just happy that I've got it here. It's just a question of starting. Now that the bags are dry after the Friday night and Saturday night irrigation of this area and the rain we had Friday, I can start sorting this stuff out and set out what I'm hoping to eat twice tonight, but really only probably need one good pot of, stew, rice and, you can go rice and beef. I had that little bit of bacon and Gouda this morning. That held me over and then I got 2 quarts of kefir, so that's 1,920 calories. I keep saying 80 when it's actually 960, I think, per quart. But this is the logistics and tactics is really my primary preoccupation. That's why I hated that woman yesterday, because she was distracting me from things that I needed to do, although I was resting from the morning activity. But she was mentally distracting me from the things I need to think about, and also from even entertaining myself. I was trying to watch that version of the Federalist, the 8-minute version of the Federalist papers, and she just kept. Matter of fact, when I was coming back from Walmart, I swear I saw her walking. I didn't get a good because I was talking to the driver. It looked like she was walking up the Walmart way carrying a bag, and I hope that bag ain't full of some of my shit. I doubt it, although this morning I noticed there's actually right there's a foreign shoe print close to my shit. It doesn't match any. There ain't been nobody. There was a woman that stepped up here this morning to hand me that bag of. I just said, yeah, sure, okay. I didn't want to feel like fighting. It was right at sunrise. And all I did was, since it was warm, I just peeled open that English muffin, grabbed the Gouda and the bacon, and then threw the muffin in the trash. It's still there. Yeah. I guess I better go. It's time for me to have a cigarette and then get to sorting and separating and trying to save the extra bag. Yeah. I think I need to put, especially in the bag that's got too much possible entry for water. It's got some canned goods in it. I need to line that with a trash bag before I need to take it all out and then redo it. Uh, it just feels good to know that you got on hand, even before the first of the month, I got on hand enough food to survive the whole month. Probably close to enough fuel. Getting there. Probably one more 2-pack will do it. I get 2 packs for $9.87, so I'm feeling pretty good about my budget for this coming month. If donations completely ceased for some reason, yeah, I'm going to make it. That's the way I always plan. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to have to let you go because that sun's about to drop below the edge of that limb any minute. My legs are already in the sunlight, as you can see, and it's a gorgeous day. Look at it. There's a few contrail. There's a big cast contrail up there, and there's that hydrogen fusion bomb up in the sky that completely controls the climate on this planet. If you deny that, you're a scientifically illiterate boob. And actually, the battery that I'm using right now that I've got plugged in charged up great. It got more than 10 amp hours in just a few hours this morning. It got 10 amp hours in about 4.5 hours. More than 10. I got about 12 because it was showing 3 when I disconnected it. So that means it's got at least about 12 and a half in it. And the battery I got hooked in there now, which was dead, it'll probably get upwards of 10 amp hours before. With that other battery, it's going in the trash. As I begin to sort here on all this stuff, that battery's going in the trash. I'm not running the risk of wasting any more time charging a battery that's slow to charge and quick to discharge. It's just not worth it. I'll see you guys later, and be happy for me. I at least have, early in the month, I have assured that I've got enough food and sustenance for pretty much the whole month right now. So, gotta spend wisely. You gotta be thrifty. You people that go and splurge all the time, it ain't getting you nowhere. And usually that splurging includes some frankenfood or other toxic crap. I've always been budget minded. My wife always let me make up the budget because if something went sideways, then it was all on me. And she knew that at least 51% of that budget would be spent on her, revolving around her, actually more. It was technically around 70 to 80% when you count all costs related to her. She knew I didn't leave her out of any. I would always bring her into discussion, but she'd always leave it up to me because that's actually the way a real woman wants it. In case something hits the fan, I take the shit for it, and she's in the clear. That's a real woman. Real women really don't want to, be the ones that, if it hits the fan, be the only one, catching it and stuff. Women like and women like bad boys. when she saw my pictures, when my wife saw my pictures of me working for the feds and shit like that, pictures of me holding all kind of machine gun, all fully automatic weapons and crap like that, and all them drugs and other stuff, and all the cigarette boats and the armored Bertram yacht and all this kind of stuff, and all the pictures with me at the Navy, the Coast Guard, DEA, U.S. Marshals. She knew she was hooking up with a bad boy. Women love badasses. Got me laid plenty of times. See you guys later.